leaving Grenada and going on the way to Trinidad and Tobago.
In the last week's video I fixed the steering, and this trip is about 80 miles, which is a perfect distance to see if everything is okay again before the next long distance.
This trip is known as a difficult trip because there's about a 2-knot current, and fighting that is just, you know, a lot of hard work for the boat.
Good morning. The night was okay. I had 2 squalls, so I had to reef the sails again in the night. And then, you know, I'm still learning. And one thing I learned now is that the hair gel I have, when it comes in my eye, it itches. So then, you know, you're in a squall, tethered on deck, reefing the sails, and then you get the gel in your eyes and it starts itching, and it's like, ah. Anyway, 20 more miles to go.
It's so peaceful and quiet here in the middle of nowhere. Almost there. There's this insane current. It's like almost 3 knots. I'm motoring with sails up, and I'm doing like somewhere between 1 and 2.5 knots. It's very slow. Almost there. The point you see over there is Venezuela, and this is Trinidad and Tobago. Almost.
Good morning from Trinidad. I had a really good night's sleep after an overnight sail. I could use some sleep. This is Chacaraguas, the famous well-known bay in Trinidad. The water is very brown and it's a bit rolly because the swell is coming from the south today. It is story time, just not really the good kind of story time. So, about a week ago, Daniela flew from Grenada back to Colombia for personal matters, and now she's going back to Trinidad tomorrow. Now, I don't know if you guys remember, but it already happened that she arrived in St. Martin and then within 20 minutes was deported back because we didn't have all the paperwork in order that we apparently needed. And well, it's just, for me as a European, it's never been necessary, but when you're not from a first world country, things are different, I have learned. Anyways, so of course I did my best to do the same. Okay, so I got my captain's letter for her, a crew invitation letter, and then a whole bunch of other documents that she already has crewed on the boat, my passport and everything, whatever you need. Now apparently at immigration you can get an official invitation letter, and you know, I didn't want to take any risks, so I'm like, you know, let's try to get that letter too. So for that I first needed an invitation letter from a marina. I got that one. With that one I could go to the immigration office and they would, you know, make that letter within 48 hours, which was very tight because after the 48 hours would expire, Daniela would already be on her first flight. So 3 hours ago, which would have been like 30 hours later, I went back just to ask if the letter was done, and I was told it is done, but it's still at the main office in Port of Spain, so I could go pick it up there. but it was already like 3 p.m. and they closed like at 4 or something. So I was like, is there any chance that maybe someone there could take a picture and then, oh, it's a dinghy, could take a picture, send it to you, and then print it out here, because the only thing I need is a picture. Well, they were very helpful and friendly, and that was possible. So I sat and waited. Half an hour went by, 40 minutes went by. Then some other people came in. They were there to check out, which I'm like, you know, help them first. Checking out, it takes about an hour here, so it's okay, you know, I got time. I was already happy to have that letter today. More time, more time, more time. At a certain moment, she asked me, and she starts asking me questions like, what is this person from you? Now, first, like, what is her full name? What is her birthday? Her passport number. I showed everything. I showed her passport on my phone. And then she started asking questions. What is this person from you? And I'm like, well, you know, she's my crew, but also my girlfriend, and we've been already on the boat together since 6 months, and she flew home about a week ago, and now she's going back. And then the immigration officer just totally switched. Okay, no, I had to call Daniela and ask where she was, and I'm like, why? I mean, she's in Colombia. No, she's not. She says she's here. I'm like, what? I'm like, I am here because she's flying in tomorrow. No, she says she's not flying in. She is here. You need to call her now. So okay, so I called Daniela, and I'm like, Daniela, where are you? And she's like, what do you mean, where am I? And I'm like, well, in which country are you? And she's like, well, I'm in Colombia. And immigration officer says, no, you are not in Colombia. You are here, and you need to come in right now. And I'm like, what? I'm here for the. The immigration officer says to me, I'm not talking to you anymore. I'm not talking to you anymore. No, you need to come in with her here. You need to come here together because she's here. I'm like, no, I'm going to the airport tomorrow to pick her up, and that's why I need this letter. No, she is here. I'm not talking anymore until you bring her here. But I also, once she finally arrives, I also need to go with her there to put her on a crew list. Anyway, what a difficult situation again. Yeah, so now I've talked to the marina manager again, who is gonna help me tomorrow. Apparently this is something that sometimes happens, and then the immigration officers are just, you cannot reason with them anymore, and it's better to just walk out and leave. Yeah, so okay, so tomorrow I'm going to the marina, who is still supposed to help me with this letter. And the real reason for this letter that makes life easier is because he's obviously coming in on a one-way flight, because he's leaving with the boat, and otherwise you need like a return ticket. So one more thing, Daniela was only really short on the phone there, and she thinks this is always just part of the normal process. I did not tell her about this whole big fiasco, because she was already, last time she flew, sent back within 20 minutes, you know? If I tell her this now, and there's nothing she can do about it anyway, so if I tell her this now, she go crazy when she go on the flight here tomorrow. So I'll tell her whatever happens after she arrives. I'm about to go to the marina and see if the marina manager was able to get the letter from immigration for me. So grateful she's trying to help me. And there's one thing I wanted to say to you guys, like, since a very long time we've been getting a lot of positive comments on the channel, and I just wanted to thank you guys for that. Like, we're just, you know, two people trying to make something of this life, and yeah, your positive comments are, you know, really helpful in that process, so thank you. Man, I am just trying to do this all honest. Like in St. Martin, I was already considering maybe I should have just bought a return ticket that you can cancel, and then all life is easier. But I'm just trying to do things honest, and doing things honest sometimes takes a lot more work apparently. Let's go to the marina. Just come back from the office. They picked up a few letters for other people at immigration, but Daniela's letter was not there. Alright, well then we'll have to just sort the issue they created at the airport, if there's an issue. Hopefully there's not. It's 20 minutes before midnight. At midnight my taxi should be here. It's about an hour drive to the airport. Daniela arrives a little before 2 a.m. I've been thinking about it. I don't know what I'm more afraid of. Having trouble at the airport now, or tomorrow when we have to go back to immigration to put Daniela on the boat papers. You have to do that here. If that same lady is there again. Well, step by step. Just arrived at the airport. I brought all my original boat documents and everything with me, just in case I need them. I'm gonna wait over there at arrivals. I just paid $1.70 for coffee at the airport. I cannot remember when the last time was when I bought coffee that cheap at an airport. She arrived, I helped her on WhatsApp filling in some documents. Okay, I just received a message, test passed. I assume it's okay. I can see her, she's at customs now. You want to open it? I'll open it. We got back to the boat around 4 in the morning. It's 8:30 now, and we need to go to the immigration here to put Daniela back on the crew list.
Hello guys, in here again. Welcome.
The green building is customs, and the white one there is immigration. Here it is. All right, let's do this. So as long as he has the stamp and the passport from the airport, it's fine. So I don't need to come back later to to sign her on the crew list. Only when you leave, right? Yeah. That's how it's normally is. You used to do that. Not anymore. Oh, that makes my life a lot easier. Okay. Thank you very much. Apparently, back in the days, there was a rule that if somebody arrived, you have to go within 24 hours back, but they don't enforce that anymore. So because she has the stamp in the passport, which is how it normally goes, we don't have to come here anymore. I am so confused, but I have a little story to tell. Tengo una pequeña historia para decirte.
Okay.
We are having pre-hurricane pizza. You ready for the pre-hurricane pizza?
Pre-hurricane pizza, and it's the first hurricane in my life. Because never in my life I have presencia in a hurricane, because in Colombia no don't dare this.
We should be fine here. We should be fine in Trinidad.
Yeah?
We should be fine in Trinidad.
So here is safe for you.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
I never leave you.
It's gonna be totally safe.
I never leave to the captain of the boat.
We're ready for a movie night with pizza, but in all seriousness, the boat is absolutely ready. Empty, no glass lying around, nothing that can fall on the floor. The whole outside is clean. Yeah, all clean and ready for whatever's gonna happen. The storm is supposed to start at 8-9 in the morning, and it's not supposed to come here, but you know, it's a storm and you never really go how much north or south it goes, so we need to be prepared. Also, there are a bunch of people on mooring balls around me, and we're still fairly close to them, so everything is ready, and if something happens then we can safely put the engine on and motor away from the other people or do whatever is going to be necessary. Just made coffee. She was so happy to arrive back at the boat. Now we're sitting out a hurricane.
Yeah, I'm back in the perfect moment. I think that maybe I need to spend another weeks in Colombia. No hurricane.
It is 9 in the morning now. It is literally calmed before the storm. Still, we should not get much here. Like, the prediction is really normal, 20 knots. But the hurricane is getting pretty close. And it's a hurricane, you know, who knows? In the time I have been here in the Caribbean, I have never ever anything this size. Quite a lot of boats came in the night, and this is one of the bays. As I said earlier, it's very deep. And on the other side is another bay around the corner. I saw on the AIS that that's pretty full with boats too. Today we're going to try to use the least amount of electricity possible, so we're not charging the computers or using Starlink, just because, you know, what if the storm comes and for whatever reason the starter battery won't work? It never happened, but you know, these are not days where you should take any risks. So, and then we can still start the engine on the house bank batteries. So we're gonna use low electricity. Seems like the chain stretched out, or I'm dragging. I hope the chain stretched out. Got a bit closer to that boat. There's no crazy wind. He's on a mooring buoy. There's no crazy wind, but we're because the swell is coming in, we're going, we're rolling back and forth a lot, like a hobby horse. That boat over there got into problems. I see lines and chain hanging in front of the boat. So, but I see the local boats around and ready to help. That's really amazing. That's really amazing. When the rain stopped and the wind calmed down, I wanted to fly the drone to show you what the conditions were, sort of, at least, with no rain and less wind in the last few hours. Also, there have been speculations on the internet that my boat rolls more because of the weight I have on, and here you can see it rolls the exact same amount as other boats on the background of a similar size. Yeah, and here you can see the bay Chacaramas. There are about 3 to 4 times more boats now than yesterday. Alright guys, we are in safety. It's only getting less wind now. Your first hurricane threat.
My first hurricane.
Hurricane threat.
Yeah, but the sensation.
It's so scary because you have no idea. You gotta be ready for everything, and that's a scary thing. It's still super rolly because the swell comes in, but the danger is gone. So the stress is gone.
Yeah, todo fuera.
Next video should be less drama.
Yeah. Bye bye.
I'm trying to put the dinghy motor on because we want to go to shore, stretch our legs, but it is not easy in this well. I've done it before. I can do it. Dinghy motor hasn't dropped in the water before.